Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Article 312. Today we are going to discuss about the history of Odisha. Location: Odisha extends from 17 degree 49 minute north to 22 degree 34 minute north latitude and from 81 degree 29 minute east to 87 degree 29 minute east longitude on the eastern coast of India. It has an area of about 1,55,707 square kilometer according to the Census of India 1991. It is bounded by West Bengal in the northeast, Bihar in the north, Madhya Pradesh in the west, Andhra Pradesh in the south, and the Bay of Bengal in the east. Odisha was separated from Bihar and came into existence on 1st April 1936. The capital was established at the historic city of Cuttack, located at the apex of the Mahanadi Delta. In 1956, it shifted to Bhubaneswar, a planned modern town of the post-independence period. History of Orissa. The history of Orissa dates back to antiquity. Its most famous old dam being Kalinga, Utkala, and Andhra. When its boundary extended far beyond the present one, by the time of the Mahabharata, Kalinga, Utkala, and Andhra had entered into Aryan polity as powerful kingdoms. Frequent reference is made to Kalinga in the Mahabharata, and there are some reference to the Odra and Utkara. By the time of Mahavir and Buddha, the Kalinga Utkala region on the east coast of India had acquired recognition and fame. The political history of Orissa opened with the rule of Nanda, Emperor of Magadha. The Hathikumpa inscription of Emperor Kharavela at Udaygiri refers to a Nanda king twice. When Chandragupta Maurya succeeded to throne of Nanda, Kalinga did not form part of his empire. Ashoka's invasion of Kalinga had far-reaching consequences. The battle was described by him in his 13th rock edict as follows: 150,000 men were carried away captive from that country. As many 100,000 were killed in action, and many times that number perished. Kalinga was conquered, but the conquest changed the heart of the conqueror. This change in Ashoka changed the course of religion and cultural history, not in India but the whole of Asia. The next great epoch of Orissa's history was the time of Kharavela, who ruled in the first half of the 2nd century BC. He defeated the Satakarnis in the west, the Musikas on the bank of Krishna, also Rashtrikas and Bhojakas, the ruler of Rajgriha, and the king of Brihaspati Mitra of Magadha. In 13th year of his rule, he retired to Khandagiri near Bhubaneswar. He was a Jain. The history of Orissa for several centuries after Kharavela is dark. From Huensang's account, it is evident that Harsha Siladitya's political way extended to Orissa. Ptolemy, the famous Greek geographer of the 2nd century AD, testified to the existence of flourishing trade mart on the Orissa coast. Huensang, who visited Orissa about AD 630, has given an account of terrified name Ucha, which is probably the same as Odra. The ancient province of Odra Desh was limited to valley of Mahanadi and to the lower coasts of Subarna Rekha. It is comprised The whole of the old district of Cuttack, Sambalpur, and a portion of Midnapur. In the 18th century AD, Orissa's overseas activities were at the peak when the Sailendra Empire was established in the present-day Malaysia. According to Arab sources, the empire extended its power even to Cambodia and Assam. The prosperity of Sailendra Empire continued through 10th century AD. From the 8th to the 10th century AD, the Bhaumakara dynasty ruled over Utkal. The Oriya language was just beginning to take shape during this period. The Bhaumakaras were followed by the Somas and the Kesaris. The famous Lingaraj temple at Bhubaneswar was built by Jejati Kesari and completed by his successors. By the end of the 12th century AD, Anantavarma Chadagangadeva of the Ganga dynasty is credited with having ruled over the region extending from the Ganga to Godavari. He shifted his capital from Kalinganagar in old Paralakhimandi to Cuttack. Vaishnavism received royal patronage and Vishnavite temple Vaishnavite temples were built at Mukhalingam, Sri Kurumam, Simachalam and Puri. The temple at Puri was completed by Ananga Bhimadeva in the 13th century. The Ganga Empire had to power to toward a Muslim invasion. In the same century, when Hindu architecture in the north faced its worst day of ravage and destruction, Odisha's architecture is its zenith with the construction of the famous Sun Temple at Cuttack by Narasimha Deva I, 1238 to 1264. It is recognized as the crowning glory of Hindu architecture. Then came the Surya dynasty. The first Surya king Gajapati Kapilendra Deva 1435 to 1466 defeated the Muslim ruler of the Bengal, the Hindu ruler of Vijayanagar and Kanchi, and the Brahmani Sultan Kapilendra Deva, in fact, himself advanced to Bidar, capital of the Brahmani Empire. His empire extended from the Ganga in the north to Kaveri in the south. His grandson Pratap Rudradev took to religion and with his death Surya rule declined. Mukunda Deva, the last independent Hindu king of Orissa, was killed in 1568 while fighting the Afghan of Bengal. With his death, Orissa lost its independence and thus became almost the last Hindu kingdom to fall the Muslim in India. The Mughals ruled Odisha for a little over a century. During Aurangzeb's rule, however, a revolt was started under the leadership of Raja Krishna Chandra Bhanja of Mayurbhanj, but it was suppressed through with great difficulty after Aurangzeb's death. When the Mughal Empire declined, Orissa came under the rule of independent Nawabs of Bengal. In 1741, the Bhonsla Raja of Nagpur invaded Orissa under the leadership of Bhaskara Ram. Alibardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, was compelled to vacate Odisha to the Marathas, whose region lasted until the British conquered it in 1803. Within 2 decades of Vasco da Gama's discovery of the sea route to India, the Portuguese had established a flourishing trade mart at Pipili, at the mouth of the Subarnarekha. The English had established trade settlement at Hariharapur and the Baleshwar by 1633. In subsequent year, the Dutch, the Danish, and the French appeared at Baleshwar and established a foothold. In 1757, when the Battle of Plassey was fought and won, the legal title of Nawab of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa passed on the English. In 1765, Shah Alam granted the East India Company the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. But this Orissa was only small territory to the north of the Subarnarekha. Lord Wellesley asked the Bhansala Raja of Nagpur to enter into subsidiary alliance, but the Raja refused. The Anglo-Marathas war resulted in the British conquest of Orissa in 1803 owing to Misrule. The Pike Rebellion was started under the leadership of Bakshi Jagvantu Vidyadhar, the military chief of the Raja Khorda. In April 1817, Puri fell to him and the British retreated to Cuttack. In the end, however, the rebellion was crushed. In 1857, Sambalpur played an leading role in the mutiny under the leadership of Surendra Sai. The worst evil of the British administration was witnessed in 1865 to 66 during the Nonka famine in which more than 10 lakh people comprising about a quarter of Orissa's population died of starvation. The social reformers of Orissa like Fakir Mohan Senapati, Bhagwan Chandra Das, Radhanath Rai, Madhusudan Rao and Madhusudan Das saved the destiny of the state in various significant ways. During the First World War, a forceful movement was organized by Pandit Gopabandhu Das. As a result, Orissa was made a separate state on 1st April 1936. Soon after this, the Gadajat revolt of Prince of the state was suppressed in 1938. Odisha took full part in the 1942 movement when more than 3,000 persons were thrown behind the bars and about 100% were killed as a result of machine gun firing. After the attainment of independence, the princely state merged with the major unit in 1948. The new state of Orissa was formed. An administrative recognition of the state was taken in hand and 13 districts were formed out of former princely state. The district of Mayurbhanj, Sundargarh, Keonjhar, Dhenkanal, Fulbani, Balangir, Kalahandi was carved out. As a result of the work of the State Recognition Commission, the two Oriya-speaking princely state of Saraikela and Khorasan was merged with Bihar. Earlier, these were parts of Mayurbhanj. Presently, Orissa has 30 districts, 59 subdivisions, 324 blocks, 114 tahsils, 370 police stations, 50,972 villages, 125 towns and cities of all categories, where 31.65 million people live as per the 1991 census. The state area as per the census is 1,55,707 square kilometer. Administrative divisions. Orissa is divided into 30 districts For administrative convenience, these are again regrouped into three revenue divisions, each under the administrative control of one revenue divisional commissioner. There are central, southern, and northern, and their headquarters are located at Cuttack, Parampur, and Sambalpur, respectively. The jurisdiction of the revenue division are as follows: the Central Revenue Division, Cuttack, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, Jajpur, Baleshwar, Bhadrak, Puri, Khordha, Nayagad, and Mayurbhanj district. Southern Revenue Division, Ganjam, Gajapati, Koraput, Navrangarpur, Rayagada, Malkangiri, Kalahandri, Navapur, Kandhamar, Bodh district. North Revenue Division, Sambalpur, Deoghar, Jharsuguda, Bargarh, Balangir, Sonpur, Sundargarh, Dhenkanal, Anupur, Keonjhar. The 30 districts in 1995 were subdivided into 59 subdivisions, with each subdivision being under the control of a subdivisional officer. Today we study about the history of Odisha. Friends, if you like my video, then turn the black thumb blue and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.